So here we are. This is Tom.
Hello.
And this is Beau. As you can see, he's taller than Tom, so he's a lot taller than Mrs. Richards. And this little tiny one down here is Peanut. So, oh look, here comes Beau's big nose now. So we've got some questions for you, Tom.
Okay.
So Jasmine wants to know, do horses brush their teeth?
They don't brush their teeth, but if there's any sort of compaction in there, then I'll will brush them for them.
So if there's anything stuck in their teeth, you can get it out for them. Right then.
Okay.
So, well, lots of them want to know, Paige and Max and Byron, they'd all like to know, and Reva, how old are they?
So Beau is 18 months old.
So he's not even 2 yet,
Not even
then?
2 yet. And a little Peanut is about 8 months old.
Oh, so look, they're babies. So Peanut isn't even a year old, and Beau is about 1.5 years old. Now then, lots of them want to know as well. So Paige, and let's see, quite a few of them asked, are they girls or boys?
These two are boys. Yeah, these two are boys, and then my other two, one's a boy and one's a girl.
So when Mrs. Richards just shared a video of Dancer having her feet cut, she's a girl, she's a May.
And Dancer and Beau are brother and sister.
So see this one here? This is Beau, and his sister is Dancer, was just having new shoes put on. Now, Beau is having a bit of a scratch, and because he's just had his dinner, he's got himself covered in spit. Right then, so quite a few of them. Paige wants to know again, and Shamar would like to know, do they like to play any games? Do they play games?
These two play games because they're babies, and they love running around the field and messing about and biting each other.
And they also, can you see this here? It's a bit of a wet day out there. See this here? Tom hides treats in there, and then they play like football with it, trying to get them out. So Max, we've done Max's. So what's their favourite treat? And Reva would like to know this as well. What's their favourite thing to eat?
So Beau likes his hay. That's his hay. He's cut grass and it's dried out and it's stored there and ready for the winter. That's what Beau always waits for the gate.
And they also like it when Mrs. Richards brings them apples and carrots. But Beau can be a little bit greedy, can't he?
A bit of a nibbler.
So, Cohen also asked, what do they eat?
So they eat hay all the time. So that's what fills up their tummies, and they have extras then, their extra dinner. So it's called sugar beet and chaff.
And then they'll also eat fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
Now, at the moment, Beau is having a little scratch of his bits and bobs. Why do they wear coats?
So it keeps their bodies warm and dry. When they're babies, they struggle to regulate their body warmth.
Right.
So it's a bit of extra, because once they get damp, then they start shivering, and then that's when they lose their weight.
And what Tom said, that they'll use their fat then to keep themselves warm, isn't it? Perhaps Mrs. Richards needs to do that. Do they wear shoes?
These two don't, because they don't go anywhere, and they're too little yet. Once I start riding Beau, when he's 4, then he'll have shoes on.
Right, so when Mrs. Richards has showed you Dancer, she has special shoes. Romeo was having his shoes taken off because he isn't going out riding at the moment. But as you can see, Beau and Peanut, because they're only babies, they haven't. The farrier thought that we wanted Peanut to have shoes on, and he said that's really difficult to put them on little tiny Shetland ponies. Now, Mason asked, what monster truck do they like? Well, we decided they probably like Maglodon, isn't it, Tom? We probably thought that would be their favourite. So Fletcher wanted to know where they eat. Where do they sleep? Well, this is their stable. But they don't always come here, do they, Tom?
No, they like to lay out in the mud all the time.
And often Tom will arrive and they will have been rolling in the mud. They love to roll in the mud. Do they have toys? Well, as I said, they do play with that little football. But
they hang up vegetables and stuff by year for them, so they mess about and play with them.
And they like to play with each other, don't they?
Yeah.
Peanut hides from the rain under Beau's belly because Beau is so tall. So we've answered Jake's question about how old they are. Reva asked how old they are and their favourite snack. But Reva wanted to say she loves your horses, Tom. And Cruz, how tall is Peanut? Well, as you can see, Peanut is probably about the same size as a big dog.
Yes, he wears a big dog rug.
He wears a dog rug to keep him warm. And we've shown you where he sleeps. Willow wants to know, can they dance? I don't think you've ever made him dance.
No, I never made him dance.
No,
See
but
what Beau does when he's impatient? He starts messing about with his feet.
and he starts sort of jumping on the
He
floor.
wants his dinner.
He look at him, he's thinking, why are you talking when I should be eating? But he has had his food. Do they have a favourite person? I think that favourite person is Tom.
They hear my voice and they come running.
Because as soon as Tom walks through the field, Beau chases Tom. Can you see Beau snuggling up to Tom? And then Peanut chases Beau. And do they like children?
They do. They haven't seen many children. They're still babies themselves.
And the thing is, it's a bit like pups, I suppose. They can be a bit nibbly, can they?
Like Beau is now in my hands.
And what Willow would love is if they could come to school. Well, in the future, Tom would love to be able to take Peanut to school
When he's a
to
little bit
see
older.
boys and girls. But he's got to be old and he's got to be used to lots of different things. So Shamara's asked what's their favourite food. So we've said they like their hay, they like apples and carrots and their sugar beet. And so their favourite game, Tom said, is chasing each other around the field. But the other day they went out for a walk on Leeds. And did you see Mr. Richard shared a video and Peanut was leading the way, weren't you, Peanut? How fast do you think they could run? Zane is wondering. He could run faster than me, couldn't he?
Very, yeah. It depends on the height of the horse. Like their steps. So obviously Beau would run faster than Peanut because he's much bigger.
But yet, Peanut's got much shorter legs than me, and let me tell you, I tried chasing Peanut the one day and I couldn't catch him. So Mrs. Richards must be really slow. It's a bit like me and Tom if we went for a run. Because Tom's got much longer legs than me, he's going to be able to run faster. So now Beau is scratching his bottom. He hasn't got any manners, has he? So Annie is wondering where they live. So they've got this big field, which looks a bit muddy at the moment because it's so wet. And they've got this stable.
So they have the choice to come in and out as they choose every night.
And they tend to come in the cold, you said, don't they, in the wet?
Beau likes to lay down in the night. He comes in flat out.
So Tom said that one morning he woke them up really early and they had both just got out of bed because they were both covered in shavings off the floor. Can you see how impatient Beau is getting by scratching his feet? Whereas Peanut is waiting really patiently. He's a good boy, isn't he?
Boy.
He's catching up to Tom. So Byron's asked how old is Peanut. So he is 8 months. Yeah. And what does he like to eat? Well, he likes to eat the same as Beau, doesn't he?
He doesn't eat as much as Beau, obviously he's smaller. But he tends to have Beau's little leftovers.
They tend to, earlier on, even though Beau had much more food than Peanut, look at him chewing his rope now, then they swapped over. And Elsie is asking what do horses like to eat. Do they have anything else in their diet?
It depends really what they're doing. So these two have extra because they're still growing.
Yes.
The extra in the diets, but it's different horse feeds and stuff.
And then I suppose horses that were racing would have different food again,
Yeah,
would they?
protein food. Keep them going.
And Chloe's asking, where do the horses sleep? Well, they can sleep in their stable, so they'll come in their stable. Their stable is open all day, but Tom's other horses, he goes over and he's got to put those to bed. And then, what do they like to do? Well, as you can see, Beau loves to lick and chew Tom. But they have started going out for walks now, haven't they?
You see people and cars and...
And we have lots of visitors, don't they? They have lots of people come to see them. And in all fairness, Peanut was just having his body brushed by me. And can you see Beau is getting a bit fed up? So we're going to give you a big wave. Huge thank you to Tom. And blow kisses to Beau and Peanut. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And Hwyl fawr.